I'll have that nut milk.
I'll have the nut milk.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast, with your hosts, Connor O'Neill and Matthew Hughes.
What is up, fellow Nerdy Misfits, and happy Thanksgiving to you all if you are Canadian.
Heck yeah. Or if you're American and you're listening to this New Year Thanksgiving for some reason. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. That was your Thanksgiving.
Would you like to give everyone a details on Thanksgiving, Matt?
No.
Okay. No history lesson for y'all today.
No, not today. Not on that one. How's your Thanksgiving, though?
It was chill. Very chills. Usually we celebrate actually Sunday.
Okay.
Today's Monday.
You guys celebrate tonight instead?
Yeah, just people busy. A couple people actually were sick too, so we didn't have the full turnout that we usually get, but it was still nice, see family.
That's fair.
How about you, Matthew?
Just had one big dinner last night with my work fam.
The work fam.
The work family. That's about it for me. They had duck.
Wow, your work
Turkey
fam
and
is
duck.
fancy.
Yeah, I was very surprised. I didn't expect duck to be a thing at Thanksgiving, but it was delicious. So I think it was. I don't know if it was my first time having duck, but I don't have any core memories of eating duck. So it's pretty good though.
New core memory.
New core memory unlocked of eating duck at the age of 26.
Well, I mean, whatever.
But yeah, they had solid stuffing.
Solid.
Yeah, it wasn't like stovetop stuffing. It was proper homemade
Real
stuff
homemade,
the turkey
nice.
kind of stuffing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So no complaints. No complaints.
No
about the food.
complaints. Overall, just delicious food. Some
10 out
nice
of 10 would
veggies.
recommend.
100%. With the
Nice.
duck and the turkey and then the green beans and
Wow.
carrots.
Yeah, the whole schmeal.
Stuffing, and then they had mashed potatoes, and then they had just cut potatoes that was roasted with the duck.
Are you guys gonna do a Christmas meal together?
Always.
Nice.
And they had cranberry sauce too.
Oh, cranberry sauce.
What's your thoughts on cranberry sauce?
We've never had cranberry sauce at any of
Really?
ours. Seems unnecessary, honestly.
No.
Well, think if I'm having gravy on my turkey, do I need?
Yeah, but you could. It's the option of having cranberry sauce over the gravy.
But why would you do that?
I don't know. I like cranberry sauce
Over gravy?
for certain. Oh, just for turkey, really. I mean, I will if there's no cranberry sauce, I always put gravy on the turkey. But I don't know. Cranberry sauce is just different,
It is something different. I do like cranberry juice.
That's fair. And then
Like
you
a cranberry cocktail,
Have you had cranberry sauce before though, or
Yeah, I've had
okay.
it. I just think it's unnecessary. That's all.
That's fair.
Unnecessary. Sweet potato casserole also
Oh,
unnecessary.
unnecessary.
Have you seen the Americanized version where it's the marshmallow whip on top of it?
No, that
Yep.
just sounds like a lot.
Does it? It's like candied sweet potatoes basically with marshmallow whip.
That's too much. Too much. See, I'm making one of my fall dishes that I usually have at Thanksgiving. I have it this year, obviously, because I didn't cook. But it's sweet potatoes, carrot, and butternut squash, oven roasted with a little bit of oil and dried cranberries.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
I'm pumped in cinnamon and stuff on top.
Yeah,
But,
very, very in season.
Yes, and I'm pumped to make it. I'm making it on Thursday. So.
Yeah, we just had. I made a butternut squash soup,
Oh heck yeah!
roasted butternut squash soup. It was pretty good.
I feel like you can't butternut. Anything that has butternut squash in it is just usually good.
Yeah, it's a very delicious vegetable when roasted.
Underrated.
Very
I
sweet
think.
when
Yeah.
if you get roast that nice caramelized.
Yes. Underrated vegetable. I
I think
think.
I might do a risotto as well.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Butternut squash risotto.
That would be delicious.
It's also just a nice color.
Yeah. Right. I know that sounds weird, but you're right.
Orange isn't my favorite color, but sometimes it's
A
nice.
yellowy orange.
Nice orange dish.
It's no pumpkin orange. What's your thoughts on pumpkin pie?
Not a big pumpkin pie fan.
I'm just not a pumpkin guy.
Yeah, pumpkins, nah.
Even drinks coffee.
Like, and I'll
and
have a
stuff
bunch
like
of squash stuff, but pumpkin.
Squash is great.
No, I don't mind
Pumpkin-
pumpkin spice because it's not pumpkin.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
pumpkin spices.
I guess.
Like the spices that go into pumpkin pie. Yeah, sure. All that combination
Yeah.
of spices is nice.
But just straight pumpkin, just.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I do like a lot of squash, but
But to me, it's completely different flavors.
it's in the family.
Yeah, just because it's in the gourd family doesn't mean.
It's in the family.
I don't know.
Do you ever have spaghetti squash?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good too.
It's pretty good. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really taste like much.
No, but it's
It's more of like a filler, so you
Yeah.
eat less pasta.
but it's still good.
But it's nice.
Yeah, just any squash, even soup, squash,
Acorn squash, a little bit of brown sugar, butter,
good to go.
roasted. Ooh.
It's just, I don't know. Pumpkin's just only good for pie, and pie's not that good.
Yeah, and I'm not a big fan of the pumpkin pie. Do you like apple pie?
Oh heck yeah! I'm making
Okay.
an apple crisp on Thursday.
All right. Okay. Yeah, my cousin at the Thanksgiving was saying how he doesn't like any pie. Mushy fruit, no go.
I got a good friend like that too. She doesn't. She's okay with like apple pie, but outside of that, no like warmed up mushy fruit. Like she
That's
doesn't.
my
like,
dad. My dad. There is no other pie other than apple pie. That's pie.
But like the mushy fruit, you know. I don't
I'm
see
not
anything wrong
cherry
with
pie.
mushy
Not a
fruit.
fan of cherry pie though.
Cherry pie's alright.
Not a big fan of cherry pie. Blueberry pie, it's too much for me as well.
You think it's too much? Eh? What about like strawberry rhubarb pie?
No, I hate rhubarb.
Whoa.
Can't stand
interesting.
rhubarb.
See, that's the difference between you and me is because I grew up just eating raw rhubarb like a weirdo.
That is very weird. My grandma makes stuff. We go to her house on Sundays, coffee and stuff, and she often has rhubarb desserts that she's made, whether it
Because
be
rhubarb is good.
like muffins. She'll have rhubarb in it, or some
Interesting.
sort of like cake with
Yeah.
pieces of rhubarb in it. And it's just like,
It's like a harder, yeah. Well, do you prefer like the harder or the mushy then when it comes to pies?
depends on.
You don't really, well, you don't mind mushy
I
like fruits, like the hot,
yeah,
the warm
like
fruits, right?
I would prefer that the apples still hold their shape.
Okay,
It
understandable.
doesn't necessarily have to be crunchy, but I
Yeah.
like when it holds its shape.
Yeah, the
nicely.
soft
Yeah.
shape. Yeah.
So that I would prefer it to be more, I
Yeah.
guess, on that side of things than just straight up like I don't like people who cube up their apples when they're cooking them to put in a pie. Not a big fan
Yeah.
of that. I definitely want
You like the sliced apples. Yeah.
they hold their shape.
So you don't mind mushiness.
A nice
of, like,
vanilla
warm
ice cream next to
vegetables.
it.
See, that's good with apple pie too. But like, what about
Yeah,
like
really-
peach pie or anything like that? Like peach cobbler.
Peach cobbler,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have peach cobbler. My mom also makes like an apple crisp or a peach crisp, some similar thing, just with peaches. Like that's good. But pie wise, yeah, it's mostly just apple. Like I like a lemon meringue pie.
Lemon meringue pie is also good.
I did make a coconut cream pie.
That's also a good thing. Key lime pie?
Key lime pie's fine. Coconut cream pie I made from scratch, and it had like the crust had coconut, and this was like I think it was called a triple coconut cream pie because
Okay.
a lot of people say coconut cream pie doesn't actually have that much coconut flavor, which is kind of fair.
Yeah, understandable.
So this one was in the crust there were coconut flakes, and then you make a caramel with some coconut in it to go on the
Ooh,
base,
Okay.
and then you make the coconut cream to go on top,
Then that would be coconut.
and then the whipped cream,
Yeah.
and it was
Very
really
coconut.
good.
I'm 50-50 when
It
it
was
comes
very
to coconut.
coconutty. Sometimes I find the actual flesh of coconut can be a little bit chewy and
Yeah,
feels
like
you're-
coconut flakes almost. Like it's
If
yeah.
you feel like you're stuck chewing them forever,
Yeah.
but the flavor is always good, always welcomed in a lot of things. Goes so well with chocolate, goes so well with all sorts of sweets.
I don't know. I think coconut for me just kind of goes with like coconut milk. I'm just not a fan of like coconut milk.
Not a fan of coconut milk. Eh?
No.
Well, like I think people that do coconut milk for just a drink, I'm like, that is some thick. That's like getting
thick.
like super thick, heavy cream and just
Yeah, I couldn't do
drinking it with your coffee. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know
why I
about
like
that one.
almond milk. Almond milk or cashew milk, they're relatively
Yeah.
thinner.
I don't think that it's a good substitute for a normal milk in like a drink, but
No.
I do think coconut milk has its places. I like using it in a lot of cooking.
Yeah.
Like I'll make a Thai curry with coconut milk. That turns out really well because it's got like that sweetness.
Yeah, it kind of works. You know, if you're using it for a certain flavor,
A lot of
aspect,
desserts,
Yeah.
but just as like a milk substitute, no.
Yeah.
It's way too thick.
I agree, especially in like my barista days. Like it's just it's hard
Yeah,
to
how often were you
mix.
giving that to people?
A lot.
Really?
Coconut is like for when I was working there was I'd say the most popular alternative milk until we introduced oat milk.
Which is fair because oat milk, in my opinion, is probably one of the most sustainable. I think higher up on that sustainability list for milk alternatives.
For me,
And-
it's also cashew milk. But like a lot of stores don't offer cashew milk.
and it's a pretty flavorless overall. Like I can still tell it's not real milk.
Yeah.
But the texture is pretty close,
Yeah.
and it's tasteless enough.
Almond milk
has too much taste. I can
See, that's why I'm okay
instantly
with
tell.
almond milk. Like if I'm doing like a coffee or like a latte of some sort, you got to get something that complements the almond milk.
Well,
Either
yeah,
like
you
a
could
toffee nut or like a
you
hazelnut
could go all
kind of
in with
thing.
almond too. You can just add almond flavoring.
Exactly.
But yeah, I find that I do like almond milk if I'm just having a glass. But
Yeah.
if I'm having it in coffee, like I don't like it.
I don't mind cashew milk, but a lot of coffee shops don't offer cashew milk. Like you can only really buy it at the grocery store. But that's my usual go-to alternative milk if I'm like at home.
Oh, the nut milk.
I'll have the nut milk. But no, it's good. It's good. I like there's like an unsweetened vanilla one,
Yeah, that's
which
fair.
is just good, and like it has a lot of vitamins in it, which is like good
I
for
did
the
do
alternative
that
milks.
juice cleanse
Yeah.
forever ago that had cashew milk. I believe it was part of one of the drinks.
It's good.
It was one of the only good ones.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, like you said, like coconut milk is just thick, but then like coconut water is too thin.
I like coconut water.
I gotta be in the mood for it.
It's gotta be cold though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're drinking coconut water warm, that just doesn't sound like a good.
It loses the refreshing factor, and then
It's like just drinking warm milk.
the argument goes for other things too, like beer, coffee, etc. Is if you have it too on either direction, too hot, too cold, you are obviously losing a lot of those flavor components.
For sure.
So maybe that's why Coors Light wants you to have your beer so cold that you don't actually taste it, because obviously warm Coors Light is awful.
Yeah. Most warm beer is awful.
So you can make the argument that, well, that's the thing. If you have like a room temperature beer and it's more of a craft beer, you taste all those,
The notes.
everything that went into it.
Yeah.
Then you know you really like it.
That is true.
But same thing goes for this, right? Where do we really like coconut water if it's not cold? I think it still has the right flavor when it's cold. It just, you pick up I feel like there's like an aftertaste that you kind of pick up when it's getting a little bit on the warmer side.
Yeah, I don't. Like,
But I do find it, like, if I have cold, like a nice cold, refreshing coconut water, like it actually does
Okay.
feel more refreshing sometimes than regular water.
I think it also has to do, and this can be said across like most things, it's just like the company of that product as well.
I've noticed that some coconut waters,
Yeah.
they are not all the same. They are not all equal.
100%.
And I don't need sugar added. I'm talking straight,
Yeah,
no
just
sugar
straight.
added.
Yeah. So straight from a coconut on the boxes for different companies, and you're like, and why do these taste so different? Could be the type of, I don't know, is there
Could be
multiple types of coconuts?
Not too familiar. I would assume probably.
I would think so.
But I
yeah.
would think like any other thing too, whether it's fruits, vegetables, nuts, etc. You know how sometimes you get a bag of peanuts and then sometimes you bite into one and you're like, ugh, that was not a good one. Have you ever had that?
Yeah.
Or like pistachios. That happens a lot with
Pistachios for sure.
When you're I don't know if anyone's ever had just a bag of pistachios that you actually need to peel the shell off, and you're just kind of going snacking down, and all of a sudden you get a bad pistachio, and you're just like, oh, that's not it. That is not it. But yeah, here we are.
Down the coconuts. One sec. There's coconuts.
He's looking into coconuts.
Yeah.
We have now ascended into looking up coconut.
I was curious. Okay, so there's dwarf coconuts, which is a Malayan dwarf coconut. There's a Makupono coconut, a Fiji dwarf coconut, and a king coconut, which are all type of dwarf coconuts. And I think it has to do with like the size of the tree. And then there is the tall coconuts. Though tall coconut trees also produce yellow, orange, and green coconuts.
I've seen green coconuts.
Yeah, as have I. We have the East Coast tall coconuts, which is one of the most popular types of tall coconuts. These create as many as 70 coconuts a year.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. And then we got the West Coast tall coconuts. They can create about 80 coconuts a year and grow up to 100 feet. These coconuts aren't as full as refreshing water, but packed with more oil, making them a great fit for more like the beach towns. And then we got the Jamaican tall coconuts. Yeah, apparently I did not know there's this many different types of coconuts.
There's varieties of everything.
Oh yeah, and then that has to go with like the cross fertilization and the self fertilization of coconuts.
Okay, well we don't need
that's not a
complexities
coconut episode.
of making coconuts.
But anyways, yes. Is there
But
any
yeah.
like main Thanksgiving food you don't like?
Main Thanksgiving food that I don't like, other than cranberry sauce
Yeah.
and pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
I feel like
That
I've
sounds-
crossed
that's
off the
basically
two
it.
big ones.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no, I'll eat everything else. Pretty much any type of potato dish I'll eat.
Mm-hmm.
I think most common for us, we usually have like a mashed potato and like a scalloped potato.
Okay. Scalloped
Which-
potatoes are good.
So I'll eat both of those. Turkey, obviously. Can't go wrong with that. Oftentimes we'll have cutlets of some sort. Sometimes we'll have like pork schnitzel, chicken cutlets. That's a common one as well. Bread, buns.
Oh yeah, buns. Yeah.
And then, sort of veggies, obviously stuffing, gravy, gotta have the gravy. We also do ham that is covered in bread dough and baked.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then usually just a bunch of desserts, the usual.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I'll pretty much eat everything. I'm not a turnip fan, so I won't eat any of like roasted turnip if that's
Interesting.
I'll have turnip if it's like part of a soup, like say a soup that's got it blended in it.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big fan of just eating turnip.
That's fair.
It's like got to be one of those vegetables that's like just incorporated in it.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
But yeah, Thanksgiving. And it's an excuse to see family, see friends.
There's no like big obligations. Like it's obviously like you're thankful for so on and so forth, but like there's no like gift giving.
No, it's
There's
just
no,
nice
like,
to
added
see.
pressure.
It's just nice to see loved ones, whether it's your work family, a family in general. Just
Yeah.
nice seeing people that you care about, spending some time together.
Exactly.
Enjoy a nice meal.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, here we are. We're recording an episode
All right.
right after. Yeah. So last week's episode, we discussed.
First two
we're
phases.
down the tier list hole
Yeah.
that we've now begun.
So this episode's coming
Apparently,
out, which is not a tier list.
I'm just gonna say we're probably gonna go down the
Lots of tier lists.
Lots of tier lists now for.
Finish up the One Piece one. Finish up the Marvel
Seems
one.
like something that would have been really easy for us to do early on in the
Yeah.
first year of our podcast, just to find discussion points. But here we are now.
Yep. Second year. Going in.
Tier list it is.
Tier lists.
Yeah, probably end up seeing Star Wars, maybe some video games. Who knows?
Yeah. If they're Pokemon games,
I like that. Pokemon games.
that's gonna be a difficult one for us, I think.
That can be tough. That one's gonna be tough.
So expect tier lists from Pokemon games, probably the Star Wars movies.
I'm sure we'll find many things
the
to
rest,
do tier lists
yeah,
from,
One
but
Piece, Marvel, so on and so forth.
probably gonna end up being a mainstay. They've been doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's a good discussion thing. And plug to the Discord. If you want to post your own tier list of the ones we end up doing, post them in the appropriate channel in the Discord. We'd love to see what you think and give us like a brief little reason why if you disagreed with like
which ones
something
we put
massively,
on S tier,
especially if there's a massive difference. If we're giving something a bad grade and you give it a good grade, I'd love to hear why. I know for the One Piece, we are not as huge on Skypiea, but there's some massive Skypiea fans. So I'd love to hear some of the things that make you love the arc so much.
Well, even like with the Marvel ones too, right? We put Iron Man 2 on a lower
and
tier list,
I mean,
but
some people love
Iron
Iron
Man.
Man. Iron Man in general. All of them.
Yeah,
Guardians
they
of the
think it's a
Galaxy
great
as well.
show. Yeah.
So yeah, well, feel free. Make your own tier list. Drop it in. We'd love to see it in the Discord and love to have you as part of the community.
Exactly. Let us know why you think we're wrong.
Now, today, we're going to travel back to the One Piece.
Again.
We're becoming a 50% One Piece podcast.
More like a 70%.
If you haven't watched One Piece or read One Piece, we highly recommend that you read/watch One Piece because it is a fantastic series. Thankfully, this time, there are no spoiler warnings because, for the most part, there shouldn't be any spoilers. Because what we plan to do today was something we actually discussed on podcast before.
Yeah.
Because, fun fact, we did a podcast episode discussing the One Piece trading card game before it was out.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And then we could not get our hands on any cards because it was just very popular.
Yeah. Obviously, since then, we've had the decks. We've played the decks a few times. We've discussed the deck playing a bit here and there on the podcast.
Yeah, and the game's super fun.
Yep.
Very enjoyable. I would say
it's up there for
one
you.
of my most enjoyed card games that I've played.
For sure.
I think nostalgia kind of brings Yu-Gi-Oh to the top, but if I was to pick a more balanced feeling one, I would definitely say One Piece is up there.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so we did have a discussion on that episode discussing One Piece trading card game that we wanted to do a potential pack opening, but not in a sense that you would expect, which is obviously opening the packs and hoping to get a rare card or whatever. Like if that happens on this episode, then sure, cool. But this episode, visuals are not important.
No.
So the concept of this episode is me and Mac finally were able to get single packs for a reasonable price. And what our plan is we're each going to open our 2 packs. We'll say into the mic all the characters we get.
Yep.
And the plan is to make I believe, a 5-person crew.
Yep.
And pick someone as a captain. So it'll end up being 6 total members of this crew. And we're just going to have like a fun little discussion of who we think's crew would end up winning. It involves no actual relevance to the card game. We're just using it as an RNG thing.
Yeah.
To an RNG element to picking a crew instead of Matt and I just picking 5 really OP characters.
And being like, yo.
Now we just need to hope we get 5 really OP
Exactly.
characters. So
All right. So
it'll be something different. If people like it, maybe we end up doing it again. Maybe even we could do it with a different series.
yeah, I mean, there's obviously various
TCGs we could use. We could do Pokemon. We could do a Pokemon party against
new
one
Disney
another.
one.
So if you like it, maybe we'll do it. Do it another one.
Anyways, yeah. Connor,
Without further ado, we'll. So how do you want to do it? So should I open one pack, then you open one pack?
Yeah, let's
Should
do
I-
one packet of each.
Okay, so I'll open a pack. I'll say who I get. Then Matt will open a pack, and then we'll end up creating our team. Yeah, it's fun. Funny to mention that we actually got these packs for a reasonable price from Hot Topic of all places.
Which was crazy.
Was not expecting to see them there at all. I also have no idea. So this is from set 4, I believe.
Yes, this is series set for Kingdoms of Intrigue.
Okay, wow. Looks like a good amount of cards that come in.
Yeah, 12.
Okay, so I've got Omi and Kashi, who are the giants from Marineford.
Okay.
Or not Marineford, from... Yeah, no, they're not from Marineford. They're from Water 7 Saga,
Okay.
I believe. Enislavi. They're the two giants that Usopp is like, no, your captains are alive.
Yeah, yeah.
Tony Chopper. Nice. He looks to be in Horn Point.
Okay.
Mother Carmel. I'm gonna skip this card. It's a counter card. So.
Okay.
Rocky, who is part of the Animal Pirates.
Okay.
Got another counter card. Happiness Punch. If anyone knows what that is, it's a Nami special. Mm-hmm. Got another counter card. Got Leo from Dressrosa.
Nice.
Well, the Tontatas.
Yep.
Got all of the Supersonic Ducks. It's all in one card.
Interesting.
Crocodile.
Ooh, is that a leader card? Yeah, it is.
It is a leader card.
Dual type, right?
And we've got another counter, Spiderweb. And then we got Charlotte Amanda, one of the Big Mom Pirates.
Nice. And a hollow card at that point.
So that is the one. So obviously got a couple of cards that aren't character cards, which obviously I feel, I don't know if the packs work out to be you always get a certain amount or not.
We're about to find out.
But I will say I ended up getting a decent amount of character cards to work with on the first one. Yeah, four non-character cards. So
Did you get a Dawn card at all, or do they not throw Dawn cards in there?
Did not get a Dawn card. I
Okay.
think if you pack Dawn cards in the packs, they're usually like the special hollow or alternate art ones.
These packages are a lot more tougher than Pokemon card.
Yeah, much tougher than, much thicker.
Much thicker. That's why it's taking me a second here. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. All right. So we got Stussy.
Oh, like from the world government,
Yeah.
one of the CP0.
Caramel. Is that the same one you got?
Okay, so we both got Caramel.
Okay. Miss Golden Week.
Oh, Miss Golden Week.
Okay.
This set has actually is a little all
Very
over the place.
interesting, eh? All right. Nami.
Okay, so
Classic.
you straight up got a straw hat.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got straight up got so did you. You got Chopper.
That's true.
Yeah.
Horn Point specifically.
Tonayasu.
Oh, okay. This really is over.
I am all over the place. I got a stage card, which is the Coliseum.
Nice.
Yep. Miss Merry Christmas.
Okay, you're getting a lot of Baroque works.
Yeah. And then we got Iceberg,
Nice.
which is interesting.
This is 0.
Just pathetic.
No attack.
And then another event card. The leader card, not who I expected to even have a leader card. Rebecca,
Rebecca. Okay.
dual type. And then my hollow card is Frankie.
Dang. Okay. Oh, OG Frankie.
Yeah, just kidding. That's not the hollow card. I have another one, which is Capone.
Oh, you got Capone. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very odd.
The set is definitely
All over
all
the
over the
place.
place because I feel like set 3 was literally pretty much only Big Mom,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
and this one has cards that you can use for Big Mom or that are yellow
Yeah.
in that sense, but very interesting. I'd say
Very
we got some cards that are already looking good to work
Yeah.
with for for your potential crew.
And it's hard to like. So let me just. So you got one leader, all characters, and then I got one stage, and one event.
Yeah, so the stage and events are obviously just random, just depends on your luck. But yeah, obviously for us, the leader cards are irrelevant. If you want that leader to be part of your crew, they can be part of your crew.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because you can make whoever you want as the captain.
That's true. Oh, okay. So we're going based off that. Okay.
We're going based off of manga, who you would just make your.
Okay.
If you would say, for me, for example, Crocodile ends up being the leader of my crew, the captain, and then they all have to fall in line under him.
Okay.
For example.
Yeah.
But it could be anyone. You'll have to make an argument as to why that captain will be able to lead your crew potentially.
Yeah,
though.
that's the real confusion part.
Okay, so I've got on the second pack, we've got Kung Fu Jogen, which are the otters, I believe, that had shells.
Yes.
Is that what they were? Were they otters or seals? I can't remember. I think seals.
Maybe seals. What's
But Luffy's the one who was helping teach him to fight.
Yeah. What's that fall under for a category at the bottom?
They are animal / alabasta.
Okay.
I've got the Ice Onis.
Okay. It's a nice art.
It's pretty cool looking. I've got Captain Kuro.
Oh, okay.
I've got a Miss Golden Week of my own now.
Nice.
And we've got a counter barrier card. I got Yokozuna, who is the martial arts frog from the Water 7 arc.
Yeah. Dope card.
Got another counter card. I got Randolph, who is one of Big Mom's homies.
Yeah.
The rabbit. I've got Baby 5 from the Don Quixote family. I've got Iceberg of my own.
Okay.
I've got what appears to be a hollow action card of some sort.
Interesting.
I've got my boy, Zoro.
Ooh, that's a nice card. That's
Also
a
happens to
clean
be
card.
hollow. And then another counter card, like a barrier.
Interesting. So I'm just gonna say if I don't get something that can easily go up against Zoro, I'm screwed here.
It's going to be tough.
Now that you have Zoro, I'm like,
I guess in terms of, without saying any spoiler bounties, in terms of bounties, I'm pretty good.
yeah, you're pretty set. I mean, collectively, we have 4 members of the Straw Hats now, which is pretty good.
Who are we opening with?
Pound.
Oh, that's one of the dads for
Yeah.
the 2 of the Charlotte family members.
Daddy Manderson.
Former Navy.
East Blue, former Navy.
I don't even recognize him.
This feels like a filler character. Orlumbus.
Orlumbus, that's a nice
That's
one.
a solid one. Okay. I got my own Kung Fu Juggins.
Nice.
Barrier event card. Apis. Getting lame characters. An event card. Happiness Punch, my own. Oh, got another Toniyasu. First
Toniyasu,
double
nice.
for me. And then we got the Nez Palm Cannon for an event. And then I got Queen.
Oh, you got Queen. That's
Yeah.
a solid card
That
in
is a
terms of
solid
the context
card.
of what we're doing.
Yeah. And then my hollow card is a Heavenly Fire, which is an event card. Which that's nice. It's a Big Mom Pirate card.
Looks cool. Some nice art with Jinbei.
And then Dinamante.
Diamante.
Interesting.
Don Quixote family member.
Yeah. This is difficult.
This is definitely going to be interesting. All right. So, how do we want to handle the drafting of our crew? Do we want to each say who we're going to make our captain and then just kind of make the rest, the 5 crew members a surprise? And do the 5 crew members need to actually have a role?
That's one thing. I feel like based on the characters we both have, I don't know if we have characters that would fit.
But you would have to maybe make them be a role?
Maybe. No, I don't think. Yeah, we won't include roles.
We won't force a role onto them?
No.
All right. Well, I already have who my captain's going to be.
Zoro.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the pirate hunter.
The one and only, eh?
His name's Zolo. He's just like a samurai.
Oh, he's just like a samurai. I guess Nami will be my captain.
Nami's gonna be your captain. I mean,
Yeah.
intelligent.
Intelligent wise, I feel like she'd smack people into place, you know? She wouldn't put up with any sass.
That's definitely
That is a nice Zoro art, though. Sorry, I'm just looking at it. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
that's
clean.
a good, clean art card. Okay.
No, I don't want to do anything cheese here. So since I have the Omi, Emo, and Kashi, the two giants, since we're doing 5 members, they obviously will have to count as 2, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Like that's 2 people, 2
Yeah.
massive giants. So I feel like it'd be unfair to say like, oh, this card is 1 person when it's actually a pair.
Mm-hmm. So sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm really curious who this one character is. I have to look him up.
Baby 5 is tempting cool devil fruit, but if I recall correctly, is Baby 5 not the character that's always falling in love with everyone? Kind of like the vice versa of Sanji, like sees like a handsome lad and it's like, oh, will you marry me or do you want to marry me? Baby 5 from the Don Quixote family.
Oh, I think so.
She's the one who possesses like the weapon fruit or whatever.
Yeah.
The one that can turn anything,
Yeah.
a body part into
Stupid
any weapon.
broken. Daddy Masterson, also known as Daddy the Father, is a bounty hunter located in the East Blue town of Logtown. He's known for his sharp school and apparently even gained praise from notable Marines, including Smoker. He only appeared in the anime and in the novel version of Logtown arc. So
Okay.
he's a filler character.
Very nice.
That's why it's very confusing. But he was a Marine at some point, apparently. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Irrelevant is what I'm saying.
I'm good.
You're good. Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm good. I've got my 5 crew members. I've got my captain.
I already know you're going to win. This
Thank God my captain does not actually have to navigate.
Or else you'd be screwed.
My crew would be getting absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
Thankfully, this is just a battle. It's like the complete opposite. I've got someone who can't navigate for the life of him, and you have someone that can't fight for the life of... Well, I don't want to be insulting to Nami, but in comparison...
In comparison, Nami is not a good fighter in comparison to Zoro.
And Zoro, compared to Nami, in terms of navigation, it's just... I don't even know if it's even fair.
Dope fighter.
The gap between Zoro's fighting and Nami's fighting
Nami's fighting? Yeah.
is actually smaller than the gap between Zoro's knowledge of navigation and Nami's.
Mm-hmm.
That is a greater abyss that cannot be made up.
See, I'm stuck between 2 characters.
Stuck in a rock and a hard place.
Pick one. Cool. All right. So I'll go first because I don't think I'm going to win because I already know what 2 of your cards are.
All right.
Well, technically 3 because, you know, if you ask a question about why 1 card equals 2, I'm like, yeah. So captain would be Nami.
Okay.
Okay. Threw Rebecca on my team.
Okay, nice.
Big fighter.
She does have observation hockey.
Yeah, which is obviously banger.
Well, excuse me? She's 16 years old.
I didn't say I was gonna. Damn it, anime. Frankie,
Yep.
because
okay.
you have to. I think like
Not fair. No, I think I would be shook if you didn't.
exactly. And then these were. I mean, I put Queen.
Yeah, I would be very surprised
Again,
if you didn't pick Queen as well.
That devil fruit.
We're talking about one of the like top of
Kaido's
Kaido's crew, right?
Yeah.
These are I forget what he calls them. The three
the 3 something.
3 all-stars. I don't remember what they
Yeah.
were. But
been
in
a while.
his crew, the 3 commanders,
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly. And then the other 2, this is the one you picked out of the 2, which was Diamante.
The guy from the Don Quixote
Yeah.
family. He has like the devil fruit that makes stuff hard.
I think so. It's confusing because I read Dressrosa and Punk Hazard so fast.
Yeah, I believe he's the one who ends up fighting Rebecca's dad and Rebecca.
Yeah.
And he can drop, I think he ends up making stuff hard.
And then the last one was just Miss Merry Christmas.
Miss Merry Christmas, the mole woman.
Yes. I didn't really have that many. I don't know who else to pick.
Okay.
Mostly Devil Fruit users outside of.
I mean,
I
fair.
guess that's half and half, I should say.
Okay, well, Queen, the doctor of the Kaido crew.
Yeah. So, I have a doctor. I have a navigator. I got some solid fighters.
Yeah.
Got the ship
maybe
right.
It's all, maybe an all right crew.
In theory, based on jobs, I'm set. But, so you have 2 giants.
Okay, so I've got Zoro as my captain.
Yeah.
I've got Crocodile.
Yeah.
I've got Tony Chopper.
Of course, you had to have him.
And then I picked the 2 giants.
Of course.
And I feel like that was a pretty safe bet. Just giants are pretty great.
Exactly.
And then I picked the don't know really how to pronounce her name, but Charlotte Amand?
Yeah. Does she have a Devil Fruit too?
I can't remember if she has a devil fruit, but I remember her using her sword in she was obviously just a decent fighter in the arc.
The demon lady.
So felt like it was safe to pick a Charlotte family member, obviously later in the story, so they're already slightly stronger, part of a Yonko crew.
Yeah.
Not that that means much because we've seen some of the members of Kaido's crew who don't quite cut it, to say the least, but they are part of the Yonko crew, but higher up in the Yonko crew.
Yeah. Oh, she's also half snake. Remember?
Oh yeah, right.
She's
Everyone's a different
snake
race.
Human hybrid, which is whack. So yeah, she's not a Devil Fruit user, but she's just half snake.
Uses a sword.
Yeah. So you got like 2 solid swordsmen, 2 giants,
Chopper.
a chopper,
Who
and
is also a giant if
need
needed.
be, and then you have Crocodile, which is just broken.
Yeah, Crocodile is pretty good.
Pretty clean sweep in my opinion.
I wouldn't say
Not clean per se, but like
you're not giving. I think some of your crew members obviously probably don't hold up the stuff. I'm
No.
thinking of Miss Merry Christmas. Probably, I don't even know. She would probably have to take on one of the weaker. And I don't know if there's anyone that she could even take on.
relatively weak. No. It'd be the big thing would be Queen and Frankie would hold their own almost.
Yeah, you definitely have Queen and Frankie.
Going against the Giants.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. I mean,
Well, Queen would obviously have to be going against one of the Giants, I would think.
I would have figured that Queen or Frankie would have had to take on Zoro, honestly,
I think Frankie would, yeah.
in terms of just strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably say Queen would probably end up taking on Zoro if you think Queen's the one who ends up... Queen, if we look at the story, not going to spoil anything, but Queen ends up fighting one of the monster trio.
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like even though it's not Zoro they fight, they do fight one of the monster trio.
That is true.
So I feel like in terms of who you've got, Queen probably has the best chance at fighting who I would consider my strongest is Zoro.
Yeah.
So that's my personal take
Rebecca
on it.
could probably fight Charlotte Amand. Be a solid fight.
Solid fight. Swords.
Yeah.
Got some observation hockey, hopefully helping Rebecca out.
Yeah. Diamante. Be good for a little bit for a fight, but
I think Crocodile will probably end up taking on Frankie in terms of your second strongest.
yeah.
And I mean, Crocodile's a tough competition because,
You would get right on in there.
well, let's just say, he does get a little bit of a buff later in the story.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not just what he is in Alabasta. So
Yeah. Especially if we're talking about where all these characters are presently.
exactly, without spoiling it, that's what I mean, right? Like Crocodile is
Yeah.
a character still
Yeah.
in the story. So I feel like it's pretty good. As for the Giants, honestly,
Yeah.
they're pretty early in the story, but I just assume since they're Giants that they're just going to be hard to take out whether they have a ability in hockey or not.
Or not, yeah.
They're just going to be tough cookies to beat.
Agreed.
And when all you've got left is Miss Merry Christmas, Nami, and Diamante, I think it's a little on the tougher side of who you would want taking out the Giants.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to say Diamante because he's part of a decently strong crew.
Yeah.
If we consider all of Nami's current abilities, her current climb attack, I could see her potentially lucking her way out through Giants, or at least one.
Trying to. Yeah.
Definitely putting up a solid fight, more than you would think.
Yeah, that's true.
But then I'm still sitting on Chopper,
Which, I mean,
who you can say is just a guy used for selling like memorabilia and
yeah, but
selling
he's kind
toys,
of
but
broken nowadays.
he can hold his own very well.
Definitely.
He can hold his own very well. He does have some tricks up his sleeve. The crazy part is I do think Zoro could almost take out everyone in your crew.
Yeah. No, I can't argue with that. Like,
We have seen Zoro do some absolutely insane
Epic
things
stuff.
now. Also has some great hockey. And I mean, he's part of the monster trio.
yep.
Yeah, it's tough that you didn't get like a Sanji or something. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, just someone.
Well, even just to be like, Sanji fights Zoro.
Yep. Evenly matched, arguably, and then I could take off the rest of the crew, depending.
Yeah, no, I think Zoro probably has to take on Queen, and I think that Zoro probably ends up winning, taking that edge.
Yep.
If we just do based on they can only fight one person, I'm going Zoro v Queen,
Yep.
and I'm probably giving that to Zoro.
Yeah.
As a next fight, I would say that probably next in charge of this crew is probably Crocodile
Versus Frankie.
versus Frankie.
I feel like it would be a decent fight, but like Crocodile would have the upper hand.
Yeah, I feel the same. I think
Frankie
Frankie's
would
got a
put
lot
up
of
a good
tricks.
fight.
He's
but
got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, a lot of cool gadgets and gizmos, but
plenty.
he is facing a Logia
it go?
user who a lot of Frankie's usual attacks just won't matter.
Exactly. Especially against his type.
Exactly. And I have no idea. We haven't seen it, but I'm going to go with Crocodile probably has a way against just people being wet now.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it, but I'm going to go with it's not going to be as easy as Frankie just blasting him with some water and being able to fight him.
Yeah. I feel like Miss Merry Christmas would probably end up going against Chopper.
Yeah, you think that would probably end up being the one-on-one?
I feel so, yeah.
And we already know how that one turned
Yeah.
out.
That's what I'm saying. And then you got two Giants and Charlotte Amon back. But I feel like Rebecca, again, would try and fight Charlotte. Like, I feel like that'd be the even match.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
If we
Diamante-
want to be, let's be generous. Let's give the edge to Rebecca.
You think so?
We didn't see Amon using any
Yeah, I don't know if she has
hockey
any or
necessarily.
anything like
Obviously, she's part of the Big Mom Pirates, so I'm sure she's not nothing to laugh at.
Yeah, there's no mention of hockey on her wiki page.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna give it to Rebecca. She does have hockey. Hockey's useful. There's no doubt about that. And then I've got two Giants taking on your two remaining.
Yeah, which is Diamante and Nami. And I feel like Nami would be a decent fight, but she would not be winning it.
Yeah, I think Nami would put up a really good fight.
Diamante, not so much.
Yeah, I just think Giants are probably just too. The vitality is just too great for the two of them to take on.
No, I agree.
This was fun though.
That's good. Should definitely do this again.
It's definitely cool.
I think Pokemon would be fun too.
Yeah, I think Pokemon can be fun because then we could also discuss moves.
We just have to do it similar to this, a team of 6, because that's how the games and stuff would be.
Yeah, that's true.
So that'd be fun.
That's true. But what did you guys think?
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know who would win. Who would win?
Do you want us to do this again?
We'll leave a list of who the crews were and who was fighting who, so you can kind of give your 2 cents if you're a big One Piece fan. Have your opinion heard. But yeah, next week we'll be probably discussing, honestly, Ahsoka. Ahsoka did wrap up the week this Wednesday.
This last week.
Was it Wednesday or Thursdays that Ahsoka?
Tuesday.
This should tell you when I was watching. I just was not watching.
Ahsoka's premiered Tuesday at 9 p.m.
Tuesdays. So the last episode did air last week. So I think about a week is a good time. Obviously for us it'll probably end up being a week and a half, and then the episode will be 2 weeks. But that's a fair amount of time. So people who haven't had the time to maybe watch it will be able to watch our episode when we discuss it. But yeah, that's the plan as of right now. Next week will be Ahsoka.
In theory, sounds great.
In theory, I think
it could be.
I think we'll be good. We'll be good. Finally talking about some Star Wars we haven't done for a while.
Yeah. And
then we'll be right back on the One Piece train. Don't worry.
Yeah, heck yeah. Until then, thanks for listening and thanks for supporting the podcast.
And happy Thanksgiving to you all if you're in Canada.
Exactly. And we'll see you next week.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast. Don't forget to join the island by dropping a follow. Thank you. And see
Might
you
end up
next
actually.
week.
She's a 2K counter.
Yeah.
Which is solid in her effects.